Hey guys, a lot of you have been waiting for this for a very long time. It's my pulled pork video. I make this every summer. Everyone loves it. I bring it to all the different barbecues and I make good 20-30 pounds at a batch, and it comes out great every time. I've got this down pretty well, and I'm here to show you exactly all the steps that I take to make an absolutely delicious smoked barbecue pulled pork. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna let the wood preheat the smoker for a little bit. Let's go ahead and close these doors up. Let's leave the bottom one open. This will give it enough oxygen to feed that fire. And we just want to preheat those grates, give it a nice clean before we cook our pork. Okay, so the dry rub has been on the fork all night, and it's 8:30 in the morning. I would normally like to have done this a little bit earlier in the day, but just had a lot of other things going on. We'll make this work. Let's go ahead and let that heat up for about 10 minutes, and then we'll throw on some more wood coals on there, and then we'll fire up the propane. Okay, good. Something that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a tray for water, and this will keep the temperature balanced and the moisture level just right. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this right over those wood coals. Okay, this will heat up, create that nice moisture level, and keep the temperature nice and balanced. All right, now this is where the magic happens. I'm gonna turn on the propane on high and watch what happens to that wood flame. It's gonna snuff out that fire. Out comes the smoke. Now this temperature is going to come back down. And what I want to do is wait till it gets about 200, 225 degrees before we put in that pork. Smoking up nice. I love the smell of hickory smoke in the morning. Okay, I'd say we're ready to put in this meat. Go ahead and get that in there. You want that fat side up. Don't worry if you get a little bit of flare up. That flame picks back up again, don't worry about it. As soon as we close this up, that flame will go out again. Boom. All right, now all we gotta do now is just keep an eye on that temperature, make sure it doesn't get too hot. Check on the wood every 30 minutes or so. Make sure we got enough wood in there to keep that smoke going for the rest of this barbecue. All right, so I'm gonna go check the wood. I see that the smoke has died down a bit. Probably gonna need to add some more wood chunks in here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and throw some back on there. I like to use these hickory chunks. Get a lot of smoke flavor out of these. Don't worry about that flame. As soon as we close this up, it's gonna smother out that flame, and we're back to smoking. Okay, so 3.5 hours in, we're at 240 degrees. The smoke's going real nice. Now keep it on feeding the wood chunks, keep it going. It's coming out real nice. Smoking pork. Yeah. Okay, so we're 4 hours in. Temperature is a nice 240 degrees. Now that's a real good temperature. The smoke is coming out nice. We're taking care of that flame and keep feeding it the hickory wood chunks. This is coming out pretty good. All I'm gonna do is just kind of sit back and hang out, enjoy my mojitos, and smoke up some barbecue. Okay, so 5 hours in. Still a nice cool 240, approaching 250. It's gonna fluctuate a bit, you know, it's doing good though. So we've been smoking this for 8 hours now, and we're ready to go into our next phase of preparing this barbecue pork. Now, I like to use these aluminum tins. These work fantastic. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the pork butt in each one of these tins, wrap it up in foil, and then we're gonna cook it in the oven at a very low temperature to make sure that that meat gets about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're ready. Let's go ahead and get this in the tin. Check out that bark, fellas. Look at that bark. Nice. Beautiful, huh? Okay, so after 8 hours of smoking this on the smoker, it's got a nice bark on it. All right, what we're gonna do though, we're gonna finish this in the oven using something that most ovens come with after 1980, but very few of us use, and it's a probe. We're gonna use this to stick inside the meat. We're gonna set it to 200 degrees. We want that meat internal temperature to reach 200 degrees, because at that temperature, that meat is gonna fall apart and it's gonna nice and crumble up nice. It's gonna be delicious. All right, let's do it. Okay, so the pork was cooking in the oven at a nice low temperature. I actually cranked it up to 275, and using the probe, cooked it all the way up until the meat had an internal temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So, let's go ahead and see how it came out. So they sell these fancy pullers, but all you really need are some nice forks. Look at how that meat just pulls apart. You're only gonna get that if you cook it to an internal temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's the point where all the meat fibers start to separate. I'm actually gonna scrape off this fat. All right, let's see how it came out. That is really good. That hickory flavor is absolutely delicious. I smoked it for a good 8 hours. Key there is making sure you're at least smoking it for a good 6 to 8 hours and then cooking it to an internal temperature of 200 degrees. My method is solid, works every single time. Everyone loves it. I make it for all the barbecues all summer long, and there you go. That's how I do it, guys. Enjoy. If you like my videos, don't forget to like my videos. Click the like button. Subscribe. Every week I'm coming out with more and more videos with recipes, tips, reviews, and plus leave a comment. I'm always interested to hear what everyone's got to say, you know? So thanks for watching, everyone.